Are you looking to ride your majestic Mustang through a wide open field full of beautiful yellow flowers?
Yeah, that's not this video. Today, I started the day with a plan. I went out and got Fiona, and we were gonna have our very first ride out in the wide open fields full of beautiful yellow flowers. She was not the horse that I put away yesterday. She was super reactive, on high alert, and was just not standing still and was not gonna make for a safe ride. So I had to change my plan up for today. I was a little embarrassed because our film crew came out to see us and I couldn't do what I had told them that I was going to do. And that's where I just want to inspire you all as horse trainers to let you know that it's fine. Sometimes you have to change your day. And today I'm going to show you a few exercises that I do out on trail, especially when my horses are not feeling safe, when they're not feeling like they're listening, and when they're super reactive. So come along with me and I hope we can learn together. I brought Fiona out here. My intent was to start getting her ready to ride on the trail. So we have her saddle on. Fiona hasn't been ridden out on trail quite yet, but we've been bringing her out every few days just to get her used to everything. And she's still just kind of a little bit spooky and a little bit reactive. So today we're going to be using the C pattern. It's kind of an exercise that I did learn off of Clinton Anderson, but there's a bunch of other clinicians that use things that are similar to that. And this is a great exercise that we can use when our horses kind of all of a sudden stop using their minds, especially out on trail. I have found that this is where we use it all the time. So even if I was riding Fiona and all of a sudden she got spooky and reactive, I'm going to use this C pattern to help bring her mind back to where we're at and to help her calm down and relax. So basically how it's going to go is when I'm out on the trail, I don't have my stick and string, I don't have a crop or anything else to help me. I will use the end of my lead rope to kind of motivate her to start moving. Again, we don't whack our horses with it, but it is there to kind of, we'll tap them, never harder than we tap ourselves, but to encourage them to move. And I just need her to start moving her feet and to get thinking. So we're gonna start heading down the trail this direction, and we're gonna make arching kind of loops, and we're gonna ask her to yield her hindquarters and change direction at the sides of the trail. So we're gonna point her down this way. I'm gonna ask her to come around. And then I'm gonna bring her hindquarters or yield her hindquarters and ask her to turn back and come the other direction. There we go. A lot of horses this is really good for because they all of a sudden start realizing they're walking 3 times the distance that I am on the way to where we're going. And so it usually helps them to calm down and relax pretty quickly. There we go. And my whole goal is to just do this with me staying super relaxed and calm. I know she's gonna calm down. I don't know how long it's going to take her. She will eventually. And then when she does calm down, we'll go back and resume our trail walk or whatever else we were planning on doing that day. There we go. And her head is still up and she's still being reactive. So I might be here for a little while. The one thing about working with horses that everyone who works with horses will tell you is that you can't rush the process. So what I'm looking for is for Fiona to lower her head, to start licking and chewing her lips, to stop making such kind of erratic, she's super fast and then slow and then fast and then slow. I want her to get consistent. And to not be looking at all of the objects and everything that we have around. So I may actually have to go up and down this trail a few times before we get her to where we want to go. If she isn't going to listen, we'll keep asking till she goes forward and then release. All right. I'm going to keep doing this, and hopefully when we come back, she'll be mellow and calm. All right, so we've been doing our C pattern down our trail. Fiona is still not being super quiet. She's still extremely distracted, and I definitely wouldn't feel safe getting on her. So when that happens, man, I just make our day a little bit longer. So we're heading to the outback. We're gonna find some hills, and we're gonna go ahead and start working on that. And usually that will start helping our horses become much quieter. When we're on the ranch, we really need our horses to be really quiet. So I'm going to look for anything I can to get her mind off of being reactive and scared and just onto thinking about where her feet are and what her body is doing. So I really like to just use anything that I have at my disposal out in our backcountry. So berms are one of my favorite. I'm going to go ahead and stand on the middle of the berm. And we're gonna lunge for respect. Up and down hills. And I just want to encourage you, if you're out with your horse and you're trail riding and your horse is not thinking and not paying attention, doing things like this is fine. I had a lot of instructors who told me, oh, this would be so unsafe, and your horse could hurt itself. I'm getting pretty good at looking for things like snakes in the grass and definitely looking for holes on the ground before I ask my horse to start moving around. But the rest of it is a horse that's being really reactive and spooky. They've got to do something with their energy. And so having them work and have to pay attention to their feet. The grass is a little bit slippery. The berm is a little bit unstable, but not so unstable that the horse is going to hurt himself. And it will help her start thinking. She really wants to just eat. She wants to do anything else but pay attention to what we're doing. Nope. So Fiona's thinking a little bit more, but she's still paying attention to everything else around us. Other horses coming down the trail. So we're actually going to transition and come over to the side of the hill. Hills are also a really great way to get your horse thinking. All right, girly. And even when there's uneven surfaces, I'll go ahead and take them right over it. Of course, I am looking for holes or anything that would be super unsafe, but I really need her to start watching her feet. And uneven surfaces is a great way to do that. Hillsides are a great way to do that. All right, well, she obviously has plenty of spunk to do the hillside, so here we go, Fiona. We're gonna spend a little bit of time out here. There we go. And again, I'm just looking for her to decide to relax. And lots of changes of direction are good. I'm also being very careful that I picked a hill that has reasonable footing. You definitely don't want the horse, you know, having the chance that it might slide on top of you. But a hill like this is just fine. If she's gonna wanna buck and be silly, she can work up and down this hill for a little bit and she'll stop being silly. My guess is pretty quick. This is even harder than the berm. And I always want to be fair to the horses. So I start off as light as possible. If they're going to act silly, I'm not going to ask very much hard from them. But you just saw how she's still ready to buck and to rear a little bit. And if they still have that much energy, going to something like a super steep hill is not going to be harmful. It will only get them thinking a little faster. So Fiona is now showing me that she is ready to be much more respectful. She's getting quiet, she's being kind. This is the way I really love her. So the only time that we're going to get hard on our horses, when we're going to use a hill or a berm or C pattern up and down a trail, is when our horses are being disrespectful and they might be bucking or doing something that makes us feel unsafe. But now when they calm down and they're quiet, this is perfect. So I'm going to let her know that she is the best horse in the entire world, which she is. Even when you have bad days, you are the best horse in the entire world. I just hope that I can inspire you all to take your horse when they're disrespectful or not doing what you had hoped, that you can just do a few exercises, get their brains back thinking, get them back being kind, and just know that you're making good steps, good progress, and that your horse is gonna be awesome. And it's okay. And you're gonna have a great rest of your day.